Hey everybody, it's Dr. Craig with Evolve Chiropractic. When we talk about improving health, right, most of us actually say, I want to improve my health. It always feels like a daunting task, doesn't it? Right? Like you feel like you have to make these lifestyle changes, you have to make these drastic changes in your life just to get better. The reality is that if you decide to make those lifestyle changes, most of the time you're not going to be successful long term with that. So I'm going to give you a couple of tips in relation to nutrition, to mobility, to mental health and stress, to your sleep, something that you can easily implement so that way you can start to improve your health easily rather than making those big lifestyle changes. So the first one we can talk about is nutrition. Again, when we talk about nutrition, most people assume that we have to take stuff away in order to get better. The reality is that it's more about adding the right stuff in. So if you're somebody who likes sweets, you like salty foods, it's not about, hey, I can never eat those things again. Maybe adding in the right stuff, add in more fruit and vegetables. When you make a plate for dinner, rather than grabbing some of the carbs or some of the meats first, grab the vegetables, put more vegetables onto your plate so it crowds out room for some of the other stuff that's going to force you to eat those things. How about when you wake up in the morning, right? How many of us drink coffee or caffeine, or I've heard people that wake up and they drink energy drinks, if that's your thing. Rather than grabbing that, grab a glass of water. Drink that water first. It's going to kickstart your metabolism. It's going to get things going right away. How about those snacks, right? When we go into our pantry, a lot of times we'll keep snacks at eye level or just above eye level. Keeping those things higher up in a different cabinet or pantry, out of sight, out of mind, right? Allowing to keep those things away from your field of vision doesn't mean you're mindlessly grabbing those things first. It allows you to take a second, think about what you should eat, and hopefully you get some better stuff in the fridge, fruits, vegetables, that type of stuff. Now, when we talk about mobility, I know I wear a smartwatch. There's a lot of people that have smart devices nowadays. Those things remind us, or they do usually, that we need to get up every 30 or 60 minutes. Why do they do that? What's the purpose besides the fact that they just want our attention? Well, prolonged sitting will decrease our metabolism. Prolonged sitting actually increases stress on the joints. So getting up every 30 to 60 minutes is key to really maintaining some of that mobility, making sure that we continue to get that blood flowing in our body. Another thing that you can do in terms of mobility is after you eat, go for a 10-minute walk, right? So right after, go for that 10-minute walk. What it's going to do is it's going to help aid in digestion. It actually helps to reduce any spikes in sugar. So it's going to help not just the nutritional element, but again, it gets those joints moving after sitting down and eating for that period of time. Another thing that you can do is every time you brew coffee, anytime that you're waiting on something, it could be, printing something off at work, do some squats, do some lunges. Maybe it means you do 2, 3, 5. If you do that constantly throughout the day, if you're printing a lot of stuff, that's going to add up, right? And that's going to help decrease some of that stress on those joints. It's going to increase your blood flow, and it's going to get you moving much, much better. So when we talk about sleep, how many of us feel like we get enough, right? One of the things that we have to think about is how we set ourselves up for success when we go to bed, right? A lot of us are sitting there, again, we're just scrolling on our phones, which is not so great. We got this bright light kind of shining in our face. So we need to signal to our body that it's time for us to go to sleep. So trying to reduce phone use, but also dimming the lights around us, right? If we dim those lights an hour beforehand, it's gonna signal to our brain, hey, it's time for us to shut down and go to sleep. How many of you out there keep your bedroom cooler so that way your bedroom stays at a cooler temp at night? That actually helps you get a more restful, deeper sleep. So again, it's a signal to your body that it's time to rest, shut down, and it actually allows you to get a deeper, better sleep. Conversely, when you wake up in the morning, how many of us, again, grab our phone, we start to doom scroll. If you actually let in natural light, or if you step outside, which is even better, get some of that morning sunlight in really within the first 30 minutes. It'll help improve your circadian rhythm, and it actually has been shown that it will improve your focus throughout the day. Last but not least, we talk about our own mental health and dealing with stress. I know a lot of us out there, right? There's certain situations that cause us some stress. They cause us to go into that fight or flight, that sympathetic nervous system. There's something called a psychological sigh. So anytime that you feel that stress coming on, rather than letting that emotion just kind of take hold, what you want to do is you want to identify, hey, I'm feeling stressed out. I'm going to pull back a bit. I'm going to take 2 or 3 nose breaths in, let it out through your mouth, and I'm going to do that, like I said, 2 or 3 times. And what that does is it signals to your body to avoid trying to get into that fight or flight, that sympathetic state, back to the parasympathetic, that rest and digest. It's going to help you deal with that stress and avoid you from usually kind of getting to that point where you're on edge and you're doing more emotional thinking than not. There's something called eye fatigue, right? It's something that has come up, especially now that we use computers a lot, we use phones a lot. We're looking at things that are close, right up in our face. So there's something called a 20-20-20 rule, which will help, which means you, for about every 20 minutes or so, if you find yourself at a computer looking at stuff that's close, every 20 minutes you should look at something that's about 20 feet away and look at it for about 20 seconds. And that's going to help reduce that eye strain. It's going to help reduce the fatigue. It's going to help reduce potentially some headaches. And again, it's going to help decrease any of that mental stress that you have. A lot of times people feel, again, like I just threw a lot at you there, don't feel like you have to do all of those things immediately, right? If you can master 1 or 2 of those things over the course of a week or 2, then grab another 1 or 2 things and add it in. And that way you're slowly but surely adding on, you're improving your health, you're feeling better, you're functioning better. Hopefully you'll live better. See you soon.